everybody, it's Christine, and I wanted to go over your groupettes with you. I know this is all going to be written out for you. You can print it off to have it handy, or you can, bring it up on your screens when you're having your meetings. But I just thought it's really important to just go over these few bits in person with you so you know exactly what you're in for the groupettes. And first of all, I have had somebody, reach out to me and say that they're a little bit more shy normally around people, and that is okay. Absolutely, 100% be yourself. We always say, come as you are. You will be welcomed and accepted exactly as you are, where you are that day, because that can change too. So bear in mind, everybody's here to support you, and knowing that sometimes helps put you at ease already. The more you meet, the more consistent you show up to your groups and, feel that support and the warmth, I think the more you're going to open up. And I've said this so many times, but this is actually my favorite part that we've created for the program. As I mentioned, I was in a group, a small, intimate group with a different type of program. It's a very spiritual-based program, but it can apply to coaching. It can apply to anything where you put a group of like-hearted women together and you just really feel supported. And, some people have other groups that they meet up with, like book clubs and sports clubs and women's groups or, PTAs or whatever. But the nice thing is we've all come together to work through some stuff, right, that comes with aging. So we have, a common goal and a group purpose. And it's really a nice, safe space for you to open up and feel included and feel like you're not alone through these challenges that we're facing and through the good stuff too. We want to really support and celebrate wins as well. So I'm going to go over quickly the format. I've got it written here just to keep me on track. Every second and fourth week, you'll be meeting with your groupettes, the same ones throughout the year. And again, show up for them, but most importantly, show up for yourself. It's all on Zoom. So even if you're on holiday and you want to do a quick check-in, you can do that. Of course, there are going to be those times that you absolutely can't make it. And we hope that everybody will still hold a nice space for you in the group and, send you some love as well, even if you're not there. So the groupettes will meet, and each meeting you're going to have a group leader. Now you're going to assign amongst yourselves. It could be, every week every meeting is a different leader. You might say, you know what, let's do it every month. So the month of May will be this person, and then the next month will be a different person. There might be someone who opts out completely, and if that's okay with the rest of the group, that's fine. We want everyone to feel comfortable. But when I say group leader, it's really not a big role. You don't have to worry or stress out about it. It's just almost like a timekeeper, just keeping things moving along if someone gets a little bit, a little deeper into things, but we do have to respect our timeline as well. So that person gets to wear the hat of, making sure everyone stays on track and keeps on time. And if everybody takes that responsibility at one point, you'll see that you want to respect that leader and everybody else in the group and keep the time management. So they will be, opening the session and just saying, everybody welcome, I'm leading today, so let's get started. And there'll always be that little bit of chit chat. We're women, how's it going? How's the day? And when we get things started with the group leader saying, so everybody can respect that. And we're going to start off the groupette by grounding everybody in the same space. And I think this is always important because we're coming in sometimes different time zones, different energies. We're bringing in some of our day, some of our moods, and we just want to really stay focused and stay in the same energy together. So by doing some type of exercise, sometimes it's breath work or meditation, right? Different groups do different things. We are going to do the 7 foundations in gratitude. So I thought that's a beautiful way for us to all connect together. Even the power of our voices, saying something together, whether it's an affirmation or, you're reading something aloud in a group, it brings everybody together. It unites us through the sound and through, grounding and through the heart. And it's such a beautiful way to connect. So, if you remember, the 7 foundations are direction, motivation, energy, confidence, creativity, connection, and community. And feel free to have those written down. It's not a problem. We can always end all in gratitude. So if you feel confident doing the movements, I really feel like it grounds you. I like to close my eyes, not worry about what anyone else is doing. If you don't feel comfortable doing the movement, you can just stay there and say the words. You can turn your camera off for that moment to do it if you feel more comfortable. So we want to make sure everyone's, feeling good and safe and comfortable. But again, I recommend direction, motivation, feel that beautiful energy of the group, healing energy, we're grounding it, confidence, creativity, connection, community, all in gratitude. So that's a beautiful way to start. We're all connected. We're all in the same energy now. We're in the same space to get started. So at this point, everyone's going to go around in the order that the group leader says. So they'll say your name. Probably on their Zoom screen, they'll go in the order that they, clockwise, or maybe the order that you came on the call, up to them. And you'll just start by saying which foundation, which of those 7 that you choose to work on today for the meeting and for the intention that you're bringing into the meeting, right? So maybe you're feeling really just unsure of yourself and you want to work on your confidence. Maybe you need some healing, and so you're going to ask for that energy, right? The healing energy. Maybe you're, looking for something, some messages or a higher connection with spirit world or Mother Earth. You're gonna say connection, and maybe you want to open to community. There's 7. You pick what you need to work on and what it means to you. So you're just gonna go around and say in order your foundation. Then we're going to go back in the same order, and basically there's 2 sections to this meeting. The first one is your biggest challenge. So I would say for the timekeeper or the group leader to set maybe 2 to 3 minutes and really keep track of that. And when it's your turn, you have that 2 to 3 minutes to just open up and say, what's really been challenging you, right? What are you bringing forward? What is something that you'd like to work on? Ideally, it will be within the theme of the month, right? The theme that you're working on that month, and all the work you've done and what challenges it's bringing up. But we're human, and that's not always the case. That might be something that's not, the biggest thing on your heart right now. So what is heavy on your heart? Maybe something's happened. Maybe, something's throwing you off. Whatever your challenge is, you're going to bring forward, and you're going to talk about it and just get it off your chest. Open up. Let the group hear, let them in so that you can release it, okay? So we'll go one by one through the group order of your biggest challenge. Then we're gonna go back for the second part in the same order, and we're gonna work on something more positive, right? We kind of got that sort of negative challenge off of our chest. Now we wanna focus on the positive, the reframing, the flipping that, and we want to work on a solution or a potential solution, I like to say. So at that point, you're going to mention, things that you are thinking that you're going to work on. You've maybe looked at some of the tips and tools, and this is something now that you're going to try this tool this week, or this is how you're going to manage it and work through it. Through communication or meditation, or however you are choosing to try to get out of that negative energy or work through the challenge. So you're going to open up and talk. Again, you shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes to just really have a good, clear idea of what you want to do. At that time, once you've finished talking about that, 2 things. First of all, the group leader is going to then ask you, what is your affirmation and power word for this month? So you should have already worked on that. It was part of the homework. What is your affirmation for this month and your power word, right? So if for some reason it doesn't fit with the current challenge that you're facing, change it. What is the power word and the affirmation that you need to get you through this challenge? So have that ready. And at that moment comes the big question. Sometimes we really want everybody to delve in and help us and feel supported and, throw out their expertise and their experiences and their wisdom. And at that moment, the group leader will then ask you if you are ready to welcome support or not today. So if you want to hear everybody's thoughts on what you've just unloaded, unpacked, and you want everyone to help you, you're going to say, I welcome support. And then it opens up into a beautiful group discussion. Everything, please remember to stay in the most positive light. We only want to lift everybody up, right? We don't want to bring people down. So we always say everything out of love and concern and with the highest intentions. And then we offer our expertise, our experiences, everything. Maybe we've gone through something similar. Maybe this happened. Maybe you had that light bulb moment listening to somebody and you can say, yeah, this is what I think might work. You know, I've received a message. Anything that you can offer up, and that person has now welcomed you to share your energy and your support with them, and they are open to it. If for some reason you're that person and you're not feeling it today, you just literally needed to have a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen, you wanted to unpack what was on your heart, but you really don't want a whole group discussion, you're just not in that space, and that happens probably less often. We probably want to converse more, but if it does happen, that's okay. We sit in empathy with you. We are here to just listen. That's sometimes all you need is someone listening. So just kindly say, not today, and everybody can hold you in that beautiful space and be there for you and support you just, quietly as they've taken in your energy, and they don't have to share back. So it really is up to you, the person sharing, whether you want it to become a group discussion or if you just want to be heard. Sometimes, like I said, that's maybe all you need. So at that moment, if you say not today, the group leader is then going to move on to the next person. And the reason I had everybody do their challenge and then ever go around before working on the solution as opposed to all in one big lump is because, first of all, some people can really, go on and on. I'm a big talker, as you've noticed, and for whatever reason, if the person, is distracted, it's hard to sometimes give everybody all your energy all the time. So by breaking it into bite-sized chunks, it does help everyone stay more focused. But also we learn from other people. So if I hear, first of all, what your big challenge is, when it's my turn, I'd be like, yes, you know what? I'm working on something very similar. Awesome. So we've all voiced that. We all know where we're at. And now we're going to go around with our tools and our solutions and how we're going to approach this, looking for that special outcome. And I'm already set up, to listen and be open because I know what you're looking to achieve, and it's similar to mine. So it's a really good format in that sense. Excuse me. Finally, once everybody's been heard and had their moment, I'd like us to all have that closing moment together and just ground everything, first of all, in confidentiality. We all know that what happens in the room stays in the room, please, and, respecting each other and their confidentiality. But let's just close the session with a beautiful affirmation that we can do together. So, I choose to put my hands up so I feel the energy of the group. You might keep your arms open, however you want to say the affirmation. The affirmation will be, again, on that sheet. We choose to live intentionally towards these healthy resolutions. Together, we are empowered, and we will transform the currency of youth. So that is our Power in Aging tagline. Obviously, we do want to transform how we feel about ourselves through aging. We're doing it together, which strengthens it. Believe me, there is strength in numbers, and the more energy and supercharging that you can put into these beautiful intentions and the challenges and the outcomes, the successful and positive outcomes, then the more success you're going to have getting there, and you're going to really feel that love and support. So after you finish that and you finish the affirmation, technically the meeting is closed, and you can always, in gratitude, say thank you to everybody for their energy exchange that day. Thank yous and goodbyes, and we'll see you in a few weeks. On that note, just a couple things as far as timing. Typically, depending how many people are in your groupette, 3 to 6 is going to be average. some people might be away, someone might not show up. So you may or may not have the same amount of time blocked out every week for it. I would say typically 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how much people are open to share, if they're taking their full time or if they're not, they're choosing not to have that extra, support coming in at the end. I would say 30 to 60 minutes, and some of the markings are listed there. I said, 2 to 3 minutes. I would say the group support session would be anywhere from, 3 to 5 minutes. But you guys can decide that collectively. You'll start to form a sisterhood and a bond, and you might say, you know what, I think we need a couple of more minutes in this area. If everybody agrees to it and everyone has time that day, why don't you set the timer for 8 minutes or whatever? Or maybe everybody's rushing and it's one of those days, and say, okay, let's get it done, but let's do it in 2 minutes and be respectful, and timekeeper, you'll set the time. So again, collectively you can work on this and really make this work for everybody. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope the format has been, come from my heart. I've really put a lot of energy and thought into this, and I hope it works for you. If you have any questions, please reach out, and please talk to your group. Again, you can work it out amongst yourself. You can really, try to make this the best experience for everybody. So from my heart to yours, have a fantastic experience with your Power and Aging Groupettes. This is such a gift for us all to be together and sharing this space and energy. So I hope it means as much to you as it always has to me for these magical groups. Take care, everybody. Good luck.